10 new cases confirmed in one day. Tonight, the spread of coronavirus continues in the tri-state. Good evening. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. Here is the very latest on the outbreak in our area. Tonight, the New Jersey Department of Health confirmed the state's first case, a man in his 30s from Bergen County. There are now 11 cases in New York State, and a growing concern for students after a New York City public school teacher began showing symptoms.
Also tonight, some districts announcing closures after concerns of possible exposures. All schools in the Hastings-on-Hudson district are closed for the rest of the week so buildings can be sanitized. Mount Vernon City School District has also closed all school buildings and offices for cleaning. It is expected to reopen on Monday as well.
Many of the new cases in New York State are connected to a Westchester County man. Allie Bauman live at New York Presbyterian, where he is now being treated. Allie.
Well, Christina, Maurice, this attorney is the only New Yorker to date who has been hospitalized for the coronavirus. And the governor says that's because he had an underlying respiratory issue. Well, tonight we're learning his condition is improving while his family and friends are in quarantine at home.
This is the most complex case that we have had in terms of number of interactions.
Disease detectives are trying to trace the coronavirus path in New York, starting with the first known case in Westchester, a 50-year-old attorney from New Rochelle. His wife, their 20-year-old son, who's a Yeshiva University student, and 14-year-old daughter, who's a student at SAR High School in Riverdale, have all tested positive. We've also learned another family of 5 who had close contact with the attorney has also tested positive, as well as the attorney's neighbor who drove him to the hospital.
The Lawrence Hospital, which is the first hospital that the lawyer went to, is having 8 employees tested.
Before the lawyer developed symptoms last week, he went to his Manhattan law office, where his colleagues are now being tested, as well as his New Rochelle synagogue, which is now closed indefinitely. The 2 schools his children attend are also closed while some students await test results. The threat of coronavirus is looming closer to schools beyond that family's web. Both the Hastings-on-Hudson and Mount Vernon City School Districts are closed for cleaning through the week after some students and parents were possibly exposed elsewhere. A New York City public schools teacher who recently returned from a trip to Italy is now in self-quarantine upon developing symptoms. Mayor de Blasio says if her test comes back positive, all of her students will be tested.
Right now, the most important thing is that teacher is not in contact with students and won't be in contact with students until it's safe to be so.
The United Federation of Teachers tells CBS 2 they've urged a handful of city teachers in similar situations to seek medical attention. The Department of Education says all 1,800 schools in the 5 boroughs will be deep cleaned at least twice a week.
I think we all agree that closing schools is probably the last option.
Beyond schools, the NYPD says 5 officers who recently traveled to affected areas are also self-quarantined. The MTA is now sanitizing subway stations nightly, and the city is asking all taxi drivers to sanitize their vehicles daily.
After every ride, I take out this, I wipe my hands, clean my steering.
Well, Governor Cuomo says that Manhattan healthcare worker who was the first in New York to test positive is recovering well at home. As for that New Jersey case, the health department says the Bergen County man has been hospitalized since yesterday, and his test results have been sent to the CDC for positive confirmation. We're live outside New York Presbyterian Hospital in Washington Heights. Allie Bauman, CBS 2 News.